Greetings to you all. Special shout out to Millie and Lloyd. Today is a great day as I have finished another game. Far Cry New Dawn. Maybe a brand spanking new platinum. The platinum count is 95. My trophy level is 32 and 14%. The game stands at 100%. The DLC is done and dusted. There is nothing left to do except take the old gal behind the barn and put her out of her misery. So I'm gonna tell you what I think. Far Cry New Dawn, developed by Ubisoft. It's an adventure game that came to the PlayStation 4 in 2019. The original Far Cry graced our screens back in 2004 for PC. The original used the Crytek game engine, designed specifically for the game. It eventually got a HD remake for the PlayStation 3. Having played many of the entries across the PlayStation consoles, the fifth entry was the first that really interested me, and then they made a game using some of the same map, Hope Counter, but now it was set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. This is the playground that I have so much fun in. I'm hoping that Far Cry 2 and Classic get a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 release. It does seem to fit in with Ubisoft's normal form. Founded in 1986, yes, they've been around for 33 years and currently make some pretty amazing open world games. They started releasing for the Amstrad CPC, Amiga, Atari ST, Commodore 64 and Spectrum. In time they moved on to consoles with games for the NES, SNES, the original PlayStation. That game was Rayman. Then they started making racing games. Over the years they have published for so many systems, eventually starting development after purchasing studios. Between Far Cry, Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs, they have had a good year so far, with some interesting stuff releasing in the next 12 months. Look at Watch Dogs Legion. Now they're bringing more RPG elements to their games. Certainly this has added another dimension to their games. Watch Dogs Legion is looking awe-inspiring. It is set in a post-Brexit dystopian near future, and maybe an Assassin's Creed Vikings or Asgard or Horny Men or something like that. The future looks bright for this developer publisher. Set some 17 years after the collapse, when the bombs dropped, we play as a brand new protagonist, Captain, who can be female or male. The aftermath has really surprised everyone. Not only just did animals survive above ground, but there is bloom, flowers. A lot more has survived than expected. Man has been above ground for a couple of years. Captain is part of a group led by Thomas Rush. They travel the country by rail, helping people with amenities and growing crops, rebuilding the world. But for every yin, there is a yang. Affirmation. The Highwaymen. They are a group that takes what they want, and what is not given freely will be taken or destroyed. You are shown this during the intro. Kim and Nick rebuilding, and you see that Carmina, Kim and Nick have witnessed firsthand what the twins are capable of. Carmina is the daughter of Kim and Nick Rye. She has come to you asking for help. The Highwaymen crash the train. After you are rescued, you're trapped in one of the carriages. You try and save everyone whilst escaping the Highwaymen. This gives you a chance to get used to some of the controls. You unfortunately run into them. Your friend is bludgeoned and Thomas Rush is captured. You were pushed over the waterfall. You plummet down and lose consciousness. You awaken to see Carmina. The two of you get to Prosperity. You must help build up the base and enlist specialists to your cause. You will be liberating bases, taking down elite predators, fishing, hunting and scavenging parts to make weapons, vehicles and improve your base's facilities. The antagonists are ruled by the twins, Lou and Mickey, who are crazy. They have no real moral compass. Everyone are rabbits, and you are either a problem solver or a problem maker. A solver gets to live, a maker not so much. Eventually you are left with no choice. It is decided that you will seek the help of New Eden and Joseph Seed, the antagonist of Far Cry 5. So is this Far Cry New Dawn, or is it Car Fry Old Hat? The first time I played this and watched the intro with the bombs dropping, my jaw just hit the floor. I really like the graphics of this game. Yes, it has the devastation for you to look at, but there is also so much beauty within the bloom. The mixture is striking. It's when you recognise a location from Far Cry 5 and see what it has become. Some of it is just astonishing. Characters also look good and have aged in that time, the few that you do remember. The vehicles also look so damn cool. The wrecks dotted around the world give it a more authentic wasteland feeling. Even the loading screens and cutscenes all just look so good. The detail in the world is also pretty good. Not quite Red Dead Redemption 2, but still a looker nonetheless. I think the expeditions are also amazing, a varied bunch of locations, and add so much to the overall game. This is a polished product. Maybe it's not up to the standards of some of the other worlds. To me, it is amongst the best. Another great game by Ubisoft.
Watch out! Barnes! Fingers off those triggers. Let's see what they want.
I do like the characterisation and acting in the game. They come across as you would expect them to, considering what they have been through. Also, the music choice for the radio is spot on, with some great song choices. My favourite is the Monkeys. The animal sounds is also cool, especially the predators. Hearing them approach or run away helps draw you into the world. The cars sound ropey and the guns sound loud. This is really cool. After 17 years, nothing would really be working that well. For me, it's the sound of nature as you walk through the wasteland, hearing the wildlife, running water, even the voices of people passing by, the wind, all come together to make this an amazing game. The sound really is something. This is all coming together to make a great atmosphere and measuring up to the predecessor. You could say this is an expanded version of the Far Cry 5 game engine, but that is not quite right. Just like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it has a bit of RPG jiggery pokery added onto it. It's not quite to the degree of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Animals, enemies and outposts all have a difficulty level. This gives you an idea of whether or not you can take them on. You can also increase the firepower of your guns. This is quite cool, and if you do the expeditions, you will soon have not just your best loadout, but one that can move heaven and earth. Some of the perks can also be increased multiple times, so more ammo, more health packs. You can hold your breath for longer. Barley Ender was running around with 13 health packs and hitting with over 1000 hit points of damage. Again, stopping vehicles is a thing. Word to the wise, carry a crap gun round with you, or the tankers will blow up or you may kill the odd prisoner. Whilst none of this is particularly groundbreaking, it did enough to pique my interest anyway. Okay, let's start with a moment's silence for the lost heroes. Let's hear it for Boomer, Peaches and Cheeseburger, the fangs for hire from Far Cry 5. It was quite a moment finding Boomer's grave. I had something in my eye, damn it! It was a cool moment reuniting Nick with Kim and Carmina. I thought Nick was cool in Far Cry 5 and was unsure he would make it back alive. This is testament to the characterisation of the twins right from the get-go, through to your life or death fight with the twins. You face them both at the same time, stock up on some lovely ammo. It's seeing those old familiar faces, even the ones we may have disliked the first time around. This is a world that I loved from my first day of Far Cry 5 till my last day of Far Cry New Dawn. It's a living, breathing world, and certainly is one that I will remember. Everything comes together to make this a really good atmosphere, and would recommend this to lovers of the open world genre. For some, this should have been paid DLC. For me, they need to do more with these amazing worlds that they create. This was an enjoyable game that expands on the 5th game in a new and entertaining way. Again, the Fangs for Hire were key. Timber was so cool, a super intelligent dog, but Horatio is just better. A wild boar with attitude and a mean streak. Whilst none of them could ever replace the old Fangs for Hire, they do become just as good. I did find the Guns for Hire better this time, especially Nana, a crazy old lady who says she has a face like a scrotum. Her words, not mine. I do hope more companies follow suit. This was a success both in game and gameplay. This was the most fun I have had since Mad Max, and can't quite decide which one's best. From me, that's quite a compliment. So Far Cry New Dawn, it is. PS, as I started the video, it dawned on me that maybe they could follow this up on a grander scale. There are other chapters of the Highwaymen, other leaders, so if they wanted, they could make a sequel. So here we are on Boot Hill. So ends another game on my gaming journey. Please tell me in the comments below what you are currently playing. If you haven't already, please subscribe, maybe share and like if you enjoyed the video. There is plenty more content like this on my channel. Bye Millie, bye Lloyd, bye all. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.